Or someone else is recording. Okay, fantastic. So whoever's recording, make sure you give us a copy. So as I said, I'm Rebecca and this is Serge, and we are part of an organisation. We call ourselves Vita Wellness, and we are now global. So we've got people from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, USA and Europe in our organisation and our team. And we're talking about these golden drops, these revolutionary bioavailable curcumin drops with German technology. And what we'll be sharing with you tonight is something that if you're brand new here tonight will hopefully blow your mind as much as it did blow my mind. I'll share very, very briefly my story. 6 months ago, I was sent a bottle of these drops to trial with the understanding that if they had a great result for me, that I would start a pre-launch effort into Australia and New Zealand. And it was not really something that I thought I wanted to take on because I'm really, really busy. But 5 days after taking 10 drops a day in my coffee of these drops, I was able to cease my steroids for my asthma. So I've been taking steroids for 12 years and I have an emergency inhaler always with me because, you know, being a late onset asthmatic, you know, I was just starting to be affected by everything environmental. So within 5 days of taking the drops, I had a life-changing result. And I would say this to me is a miracle product. My body responded very, very well to this curcumin, and probably because it's nanofied and it's bioavailable to the tune of 18,000% more bioavailable than anything else kind of on the market. So what I really took notice of with these drops is that they are low cost, and we'll talk about that. But just to give you an insight, this is about $25 US a bottle wholesale, and that's a month's supply. The whole family can take this product. It is fast acting for most people. I use it personally as a bit of a rescue remedy as well if I feel a headache coming on or anything like that. So curcumin is widely known, it's widely used, but there's really been nothing like this on the market until now. So what I did was I needed to understand that this wouldn't just be a one-off result that I was having. So I sent the product out to lots of people that I knew that had various health challenges and all reported back some incredible results. So of course my conviction rose, my excitement grew, and I just dropped everything else I was doing. And Serge and I decided that we would put everything we had into bringing this product to market. And we're so excited because this has been a 6-month journey, and each day, each week, each month, we get more and more impressed, excited, convicted with the possibilities. We've reached thousands of people now with the product simply through sharing, doing you know, meetings like this every Monday, helping to train teams and learning about the product. And we are pretty close now to opening the market, so we're a matter of weeks away. So what we're sharing with you tonight is you know, we've got the last few weeks are really a pre-launch opportunity for everybody who's here tonight. If you're not already part of our team or involved somehow with this product, please seriously consider this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we'll be sharing with you tonight. So I will, we're going to take you through a short presentation. We'll stop halfway, come back and hear some product testimonials, and then Serge will finish off the presentation with the prices and how we can get involved and how you can share the journey. So
I just want to add, just any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. But also at the end, we're happy to sort of answer any live questions as well. But, you know, if you've got something that's sort of pressing and you want answered, we do have some very experienced people here as well that will help answer any questions in the chat.
Great. So we're Vita Wellness, and we are really inviting you to be part of something truly, truly extraordinary. This is an industry first cutting edge natural technology. And actually our product is the technology. We'll go into that, but it is changing people's lives at a rate of knots, and it's disrupting the wellness industry. We have a legal disclaimer that the product is not intended to cure or prevent any disease. And if you are taking any medication and you decide that you would like to try these drops, please just consult with a doctor. So far, we've had very, very positive responses from doctors around this product because it is a natural product, and most people do know about how effective curcumin is as an anti-inflammatory. And although we say keep out of reach of children, you'll hear lots of testimonies from children tonight in the presentation. So inflammation is really what we're talking about tonight, and it is the root cause of a myriad of health conditions, and really it's the roadblock to true healing and regeneration. So pretty much most of your autoimmune diseases, neurodegenerative diseases, chronic and acute inflammatory conditions are the result of inflammation in the body. So if we can move that roadblock to healing, we can really start to regenerate and, rather than the inflammation and the degeneration path. So curcumin is the product that we're talking about with a twist tonight. So we have we have curcumin as the main active ingredient in turmeric. And turmeric has been around for thousands of years as a natural medicine. And we know that it's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and curcumin does have anti-cancer properties as well. So it is the active ingredient. So the product isn't turmeric, although our curcumin is sourced from non-GMO organic turmeric from India, but the curcumin is extracted, and this is what we're speaking about tonight. So it is a commodity already. This is nothing new. Curcumin's been widely studied, and 21,000 studies exist on PubMed, which is the National Library of Medicine in the United States. And it is the most widely studied of the natural medicines or herbs because it has such remarkable results in lab studies. However, outside in the real world, they aren't really replicatable because curcumin, being a lipid, has very poor bioavailability. It's not very soluble in the body, and it is quite volatile. So what we have done with our company, who's paired with a German lab, has decided to look into how to make curcumin more bioavailable so that it can bring the results that we always have known curcumin could have in the body. So the technology that we have patented is the BioMS technology, which is really what the product is. It's a delivery system. So the BioMS technology is a delivery system for nanofied curcumin. And we have a micelle structure, which is basically covers and protects the curcumin so that it is able to enter the bloodstream. And because it's nanofied, it's able to get straight through the blood-brain barrier and into every cell in the body, or about 95% of the cells in the body within minutes of touching the tongue. So you can take this either on the tongue or you can drink it in coffee. So this technology allows oil-based nutrients, such as curcumin, to become soluble in water and delivering them straight to the blood. So by comparison, native curcumin powder on the left here has only about 5 to 10% bioavailability, whereas our solubilized curcumin, you can see it's beautifully well dispersed in water. So we have unparalleled lipid absorption with this technology, and we hold patents. There are only 6 companies in the world to hold a patent for nanotechnology and natural medicine. And simply in this case, nanotechnology means reducing the particle size of the supplement or the food so that the body can utilize it immediately and it doesn't have to expend any energy breaking it down. And you'll be pleased to know that the entire product and the delivery system is natural. It's all natural. So we know that German technology is superior, and our scientists have developed this product with curcumin, and it is 277 times more bioavailable, higher in women than men for various reasons like metabolic differences, but it is a major breakthrough. So we're just giving you a little bit of the sort of the backdrop to the products here, which are Nanofy, which is the curcumin and vitamin D3. Simply, that's all that exists in the product, and it is to help your body have a healthy response to inflammation, oxidation, and intestinal challenges. And as we've said earlier, it overcomes the lipid absorption barrier. So we're really solving one of the major problems in the supplement industry, which is lack of absorption and bioavailability. We have a product called Curcumin Plus, which is the same as the Nanofy, but it has added vitamin C and ginger. So it's great for extra immune support and extra intestinal support. So this is a great product, a little bit more gentle than the Nanofy, and it is really a synergistic product. The only other product that we have in our product suite at the moment is a gut health product. So what we've decided, the company's decided to target inflammation and also gut health. So improvements in those two areas can cause drastic changes in the body. So Symbiofi has all the prebiotics in it that feed the probiotics when they enter the gut. So this helps to regulate and restore the gut microbiome and bring about a healthy manufacture of immune system and serotonin in the gut. So a lot of people are finding not just physical improvements in their health, but also mental improvements as well. So our product is so simple to take. Now, there's various ways you can do it, but the easiest way is for your coffee drinker, you can just pop 10 drops in your coffee in the morning, or if you're a tea drinker, you can put it in your straight on your tongue, in your food, or you can put it in capsules as well if you'd prefer to swallow it. So the benefits here with better sleep, increased energy, reduced pain, and improved clarity are fairly much the reports of people who have a reduction in inflammation in the body. So the body is able to then start to use its energy and its resources for healing and regeneration rather than managing inflammation and inflammatory responses. So the profound and usually very quick acting results that people are experiencing, that their bodies are able to start to really kick into gear well, is very encouraging. So low cost, high impact and non-toxic, and it is great for kids and pets, as we've said. So I'm going to share a couple of testimonials with you here, and then we'll come back and hear from some people in the group who have really some incredibly mind-blowing testimonials. And we've got a few written ones here, and I'll just go through them really quickly. Mine is down the bottom there. So 6 days after starting BioMS drops, I was able to stop the asthma meds I've been taking every day for 12 years. So definitely a life-changing result for me, and certainly enough for me to get excited about this product and put in a massive effort to bring it to market. My mother, Denise here, she didn't get the product for about 4 weeks because her product was stopped by customs in Australia. But when she did, she noticed that the change in her osteoarthritis, 50% better grip, less stiff and far less painful. And this is a problem, you know, that so many people experience, is osteoarthritis in the hands. So she may also want to share a little bit of her story later. Ava, our granddaughter up there, she's only 3 years old, but she finds that we find when she takes the drops, she's just a lot calmer and more centered and sleeps better. And we've got people talking about improvements in back pain, anxiety, and just general feelings of well-being on the drops. A couple of visual testimonies for you. We have hundreds and hundreds, actually thousands of testimonies on our Facebook group, but we've picked a few out here for visual testimonies. The woman up the top there has irritable bowel syndrome, endometriosis, and she obviously suffers from swelling. And 1 day result there, before and after. So people love taking before and after photos when they have been impacted by the drops, because it is such a powerful sharing tool, and it really helps depict the potency of this product, but just what the body can do when it's given access to the right support through nutritional supplementation. So it's not a medicine, it is a food, it is a supplement, and the body is obviously responding very, very well to the combination of science and nature. So edema here on the left, down the bottom, that's 3 days apart, those photos. Eczema, so a lot of people have inflammation that manifests in the skin, so eczema or psoriasis, things like that. So this product can also be used topically for burns, bites, cuts, wounds, and stings. And pets love this product. And the thing that we know, some people say, is it a placebo? Well, it can't be, because you can't fool a pet into becoming well. So lots of older pets are experiencing great energy shifts, help with arthritis. even up on the left here, this beautiful 24-year-old Australian stock horse has had diabetes and is able to start walking better with the drops, and everything's much, much easier in the body. So people are talking about saving a bucket load on vet bills as well with these drops. So as you can see, the market is absolutely enormous for this product. Everybody needs it. And I think what we've found is through bringing this to Australia and New Zealand, there is such a huge and positive reception to this product, because people are always looking for something natural that's low cost, that's going to help to mitigate some of the effects of other things they might have had to take in the past. And certainly I've heard stories, and I know people personally that are able to reduce some of their medications because their body starts to regulate. So here's a testimonial group we have on Facebook. It's called Disruptive Wellness. And if you're not in there already, please ask the person that invited you along to invite you into that, or just go along and request to join and pop the person's name in who invited you. And you can use the search bar to type search through thousands of testimonies, lots of before and afters and visual testimonies as well. And we're going to come back to the screen, to the group now, and just hear from some people who would like to share their stories, because it's always, I just think it's more impactful hearing it for yourself and hearing, the results that people have had. So I'm just wondering if Rhonda is on, because she might not be on the call. I don't know if you are.
Rebecca, she's not. I sent her a message.
Okay, that's fine.
So hopefully she will jump on, but I've got no response yet.
No problem. She did share an incredible one last week, which we didn't get to record. So who would like to share a testimony that they've got? I know that we've got a great one with Donovan and Christelle. I know, Jude, you've got a really, really good one. And who else have we got here? I'm just... Okay, we've got two screens, so I'm looking at
Judy. Okay.
Judy, hey.
Would you like me to share one?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so for me, I had a very bad skiing injury 2.5 years ago. I had a complete reconstruction of my ACL and cartilage damage, bone bruising, and then also tore the labrum in my hip. And I had a really problematic recovery with all kinds of complications, but mainly it was just the inflammation in my knee. Was if I did any kind of rehab, my knee would just explode and just get so inflamed. So I'd have to, getting my strength back was so slow because everything I did just aggravated it. So the doctors had me on anti-inflammatories, and then the anti-inflammatories gave me a stomach ulcer. So then they put me on proton pump inhibitors, and I was on this slippery slope of medication to treat the symptoms of medication. And it was terrible. But eventually my leg got strong enough, and I was actually excited because I thought, yay, I get to go on my first overnight hike, proper walk for 2.5 years. I haven't been anywhere. And my physio was like, yay, come in, let's do a strength test on you. And I went to the physio, and while my leg's strapped up doing a strength test, push as hard as you can, something went in my knee again. And I was the next day just blown up, not able to walk more than 5 minutes and in so much pain. And then back to like MRIs and scans and looking at steroid injections, looking at PRP, possibly looking at another laparoscopy surgery to trim some more cartilage. I was in so much pain. And also, to be honest with you, it's quite devastating for my mental health, because after 2.5 years of recovery, to finally be at a point where I felt strong again, only to have that go at the physio just kind of felt like a real cruel joke. Because it's not like I injured myself hiking, but I was at the physio, it's supposed to be a safe place. And I was in so much pain. I was upstairs in my bedroom, and I remember a friend of mine had mentioned these drops, at that point he was like, I've got this new product that had just come to New Zealand, really good for inflammation. And I didn't think too much about it. But then in that moment, I was like holed up in bed and unable to walk. And I just sent him a message, and I was like, those drops that I saw you post about on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, do you have any? And he's like, actually, I've got one bottle left. And I was like, could I have it? And the sweetheart actually came around and gave them to me. And within 2.5 days of taking these drops, my pain went from an 8 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10. I remember waking up at 4 a.m, and night times are like, anyone that's had, like night times, at every position you move into, you wake up, it's restless sleep, it's broken sleep. I remember waking up at 4 a.m, and I'd slept a solid 6 hours, and I was, kind of shocked. And I was like, wow, okay, that's amazing. And then I rolled over and I was like, I've got no pain in my leg. And I rolled over again and I kept moving around in the bed. And I was like, I've got no pain in my leg. This is amazing. And I had such a surge of adrenaline because I was so excited that I ended up getting my computer out at 4 a.m, 4 till 6 a.m, Googling, like, what are these drops? And just kept thinking, like, and the next day, really tentative, walking around. I feel so good. And I had a really easy day because I didn't want to jinx it, And then by the Tuesday, I had, again, a great sleep and no pain. And so it was the Tuesday, I called him up. I was like, I don't know what these drops are, but sign me up. Like right now, I'm all in. And honestly, since then, it's just been, I kind of feel like you do, Rebecca. It's been a big miracle in my life. I've got my life back. I don't need PRP. I don't need steroid. I don't need more surgery. I'm at the gym. I'm getting strong again. I took my dog for an hour walk. My tennis elbow's gone. My eczema's gone. I had sort of gut inflammation symptoms that would bother me from time to time. They're just gone. I feel like the clouds have parted in my brain and I can think like the old version of me used to be able to think. I've just gotten, and the vitality, and I think these drops, they've got a certain energy to them as well. They just bring so much life force. It feels like I've just had so much life force return. And it's because my body is just not using all of its resources dealing with inflammation. Like I must have had so much systemic inflammation going on that it was just exhausting everything I had. So honestly, for me, it's been an absolute game changer.
Are you just taking the normal amount, like just the maintenance dose of 10 drops a day? Are you taking more?
Yeah. I did in the beginning. I sometimes went to like 7 or 8 drops because I was like just wanting it. And actually now sometimes I'll even skip a day, or I'll sometimes just take them in the morning. And I respond really fast. The other day I went to Pilates and I did something, and I'm still dealing with, there is still some structural stuff going on here, but I'm just not dealing with pain anymore. But it doesn't bother me. But the other day at Pilates, I kind of felt like I pulled a muscle in my groin. And I came home and I was like, oh, that's a bit sore. And so I did what you suggested, which is just hold them under the tongue. So I put like 5 drops and I held it under the tongue for a while, like 2-3 minutes, until I had to swallow it. And then I swallowed it. And within 5 minutes, the pain in my groin was completely gone. So as a painkiller, for me, it worked so well. And then in the evening, that pain came back again. And I thought, oh, I'll take it again. And I did it again at night. And then the next day I thought, oh, I wonder if I'm going to feel it. And the next day I woke up and there's nothing. I've absolutely never felt it again. That would have been a good week-long issue for me normally. And it was just gone. I'm madly in love with the drops.
Oh, Judy.
And what Judy was sharing is that curcumin is really well known to block pain pathways. It is obviously being a natural anti-inflammatory. It does inhibit inflammatory pathways as well. And I think the beginning of that is then the body can get around and start attending to, like with a microscope coming into what's the injury about, where does the healing need to be prioritized. And some of us are so lucky to have symptom reduction very, very quickly. But the body's got to do what the body's got to do, obviously, in terms of the healing pathway. But we love how fast acting and how effective it is. And as I mentioned earlier, when I heard that it was helping people with vaccine injury and long COVID, I actually sent a bottle to a couple of people, one with a child that had injuries from vaccinations, and another friend over here in New Zealand whose daughter had long COVID and ear infections for months and months, couldn't get out of bed. I gave her the remainder of what was in my bottle, which would have been about a week's supply, and within 2 days, the girl with long COVID was bouncing out of bed. She couldn't even sleep in. She had that much energy and she was back to full functioning. And these are just, you say, is this too good to be true? When we hear story after story after story you really think, I've got to really try this for myself. And also you start thinking of everybody you know who could benefit from the drops. So when Judy said sign me up, what that really means is you jump on board, you get a wholesale kit, you get a good amount of product so that you can take it, you can share it, you can start gifting it out, you can start on selling it if you like. There's a whole way of, working with this product that helps to, get it into the hands of other people. And in the meantime, you're part of that, that journey for people. You're hearing about all the incredible testimonies. So it's incredibly impactful and really enriching. We got a couple of others, maybe quick ones that we can share, or even if you've heard about one from somebody, because I know that a lot of people now are hearing back from their friends and family with crazy good results. Who's got one
Jennifer?
to share?
Well, gosh, you get like 6 in 1 from me, because I, started it with my husband and then ran it right through the whole family, the pets, the everything. So I'll do my best to be really a lot of territory in here. I'm going to lower my hand because this is distracting. So when I began taking the drops, I was maybe 4 days in, and post-menopause, I had noticed my mental function had just kind of slowed, brain fog, sluggy, and it went faster. So my thoughts were faster. Then my energy was higher. Like this woman you're saying, jumping out of bed, I couldn't sleep in. I was like, is it possible that I just have to get out of bed at 6 a.m.? I've only, okay, I'm ready. That's it. Here we go. Also, my mood lifted after a couple of weeks. I didn't realize I was just kind of in a bit of a low grade depression kind of running in the background, compared to when it lifted, now seeing the difference. And finally, I had a chronic, very low back ache for years and years and years, and tried many things to alleviate it, all kinds of yoga, chiropractic, acupuncture, nothing really did it. And I went to see a friend, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, my back pain's gone. It must be the bed. So I came back to my house, slept for a few days, and went, the back pain's still gone. And it's still gone. Oh, it's still gone. So I'm so happy, because as Judy mentioned, that what I realized I was dealing with to just maintain chronic pain and cope was a massive energy drain. So I just really want to say that there is a spectrum. Now, it's been probably 10 weeks that I've been taking this, and there is a spectrum of subtle to outstanding impacts. And my husband's digestive system came right. Oh yes, my friend Sue is reminding me. I also had a chronic cough. So it wasn't adult onset as asthma yet, Rebecca, but I think it was headed that way. And it was embarrassing. If I started laughing hard, I sounded like this wheezy old man who used to smoke. It was so, it wasn't great. And it would start this coughing fit, and all that inflammation around my bronchioles just, well, look, this is a fire extinguisher for inflammation in the body, and that takes so many different forms. My son had an enhanced sense of smell and taste. My daughter's acne cleared. The dog's fur is softer. The horses are more gentle and mellow because they're not in pain. That's my shortest shot.
Unreal. Thank you so much. We have so many stories, some surprise ones too. People, I remember hearing one of our teammates put some drops in her partner's coffee over a weekend, and his age spots and skin tags started falling off. So the age spots started disappearing. Nothing's done topically. Some people put topically, put the drops on topically and have great pain relief. So across the board, like the spectrum of inflammatory conditions is so vast, but the drops seem to have this incredible effect on the body.
Yeah, I mean, even for myself, my blood pressure went down. My blood pressure is hereditary in the family. Everyone's got it. Grandma, auntie, my mother's had it pretty bad and has been on blood pressure medicine for most of her life, or as far as I can remember. Every test that she's done in taking the drops, her standard blood pressure was always at about 150 plus, over 90, pushing 100, and that was like clockwork for probably the last 30 years, like clockwork. She started taking the drops, and the after about 2 or 3 weeks, and then she went and saw the doctor, and the doctor took the blood pressure and went, oh, well, that seems a bit lower than normal, was a bit kind of like confused and went, oh, maybe there's something wrong with the machine, I'll take it again. And oh, it's done it again. Oh, I'll check the machine again. And 4 times this lady took my mum's blood pressure, and to the point where she was like, wow, that's crazy. It dropped down to about 140, which is quite a lot. And she was like, well, okay, what are you doing? Said, oh, I'm taking these drops. Because it was only the first time, she said, well, look, we can't reduce your medication for blood pressure, but come back and we'll check you again. It's gradually been going down. And the other day, I hadn't spoken to her for a couple of 3 weeks. The other day she rang me. She's actually been quite ill, and she went into the doctor just for a checkup. And she's like casually telling me on the phone, she goes, oh, by the way, my blood pressure was at 120/80. And I went, what? Like that's just for me, because obviously I know she's had very high blood pressure for a long time. And she was just quite casual. She said, 120/80, son. I said, but you were sick. And she goes, yeah, well, that's what the doctor couldn't work out either. But I mean, this one of, thousands and thousands of stories that you hear. And I mean, for me, it's nothing that touches me more than seeing my mother getting her life back as well. So
we're clearly very fond of these drops. And what we love about them is that, that if this is compact enough that you can keep this in your bag, you can post it in the mail to somebody who really needs it. It's low cost. It doesn't interfere with anything else that you might be taking. With a lot of curcumin products, you can't take them if you're on warfarin or blood thinners, because curcumin in very high dose, which is normally what people have to affect any change really, or turmeric, can interfere with other things. But there's actually such a small amount, relatively speaking, of curcumin in these drops, because of the nanofication and because of the delivery system. Gets straight into the blood, so we don't have to take too much of it. And it has such a crazy good effect. So we are very, very passionate. We're very well, we feel very emotionally connected to these drops, because they're changing the lives of people that we love and care about. And I kid you not, we are, even in New Zealand, we're having people who who've suffered with post-traumatic stress disorder and anxiety and depression, who are now having relief for the first time, for some of them in 30 years, with a few drops of this incredible product on their tongue. It's just, we can't speak highly enough of it, honestly. So we will we'll stay around after the rest of the presentation. We can have a chat. You can ask some more questions, but Serge is going to take you through the next part of the presentation, which is all about give you a bit of context for the product, what we've got in our hands, how you can get involved, what sort of costs you're looking at to join up and get a wholesale pack for yourself if you're interested in doing that. And also, if you want to help us champion the product and get it out there and be rewarded, then that's also the invitation.
And if some of the experienced people can answer anything in the chat, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I'll just touch it, answer them at the end. Excuse me. But obviously, listening to the outstanding testimonies and stories about the product, I mean, that's one thing. When we talk about taking control of your life, what we want to look at too is finances, right? So we've got health. A lot of people work very, very hard, but probably have poor health. And or otherwise people with good health don't have enough finances. So what we want here is that we want to show you an opportunity to be able to look at something that does look at what economic challenges there are at the moment. And we all know interest rates are going nuts, petrol's going crazy, food, and these are things that obviously do concern all of us, right? Because these are things that we all have to buy on a daily basis. So we feel like here there's a absolutely outstanding opportunity to start to help in that area. So we call it a low cost affordable business model here, and it does give us the opportunity to earn residual income. So through Australia, through New Zealand, and throughout the world. The beauty of this kind of structure is there is no retirement age. You don't need to be qualified. You can basically hire yourself or sack yourself. It's up to you. We call it a form of affordable franchising. So But with that, we do offer, through Rebecca and I and through the team that we have here, is incredible training and support. And we might even just touch a couple of verbal testimonies on that as well. But, with that, we want to see about the company. I was always very, very sort of adamant to see who runs this, what are they like, do they have integrity, what is their vision, and where do they want to go? So that's important, right? So this is Shane and Laura Brady. They are the founders and 90% owners of Vitify. 10% of the company is owned by family. So it's a very much family-orientated business. Shane has got extensive experience, 20 plus years in corporate direct sales. And one of the reasons he decided, along with his wife Laura, to get involved in this was because he saw a lot in the supplement industry that he didn't like. And mainly along the lines of bioavailability with supplements. And because he saw the advancements in technology, especially in the nanotechnology space, he decided to basically take as they said, based on love and hope, they decided to go for this and have created what is something incredible, which we'll touch on a little bit more. The company has started in 2016 in Mexico because that's where they lived. They lived in Cancun for about 12 years. And it was very organic growth, what we call belly to belly. It was mainly where people would just basically share and talk about the product. And basically from there, sort of went to Colombia, Dominican Republic. So again, staying in that South American region. About 2.5 years ago, went into the USA. That was taken in there by a beautiful couple called Ryan and Kylie Stokes. And currently we are in a pre-launch model. And what's pre-launch? Pre-launch is basically where we get the opportunity to create a marketplace through distributorships. As the company wanted to see and make it's sort of like a case study on to see, is this product going to be taken, going to be loved, going to be shared? And the answer is a resounding yes, especially in Australia and New Zealand. And I'll tell you what happened through September. It'll stun you. But so what we, in this period that we're in, and we're in, see where the orange dot is there, we're heading into the year 6. Okay, so currently the open markets are the USA, Europe, and Australia and New Zealand are in pre-launch, as well as in Canada. So we are in a position where we're going to hit hypergrowth, because from Australia and New Zealand, we're going to start looking at markets in Asia as well. And that gets super exciting, especially when you have a product that is this incredible. So what we really are looking for is to partner up with and get first mover advantage in Australia and New Zealand and be part of this cutting edge technology. From a business perspective, I looked at the other day, what are the key industries that are gonna basically head business in the next few years? And not to go through all of them, but one of them is nanotechnology. It's there. We can't argue with that. And we have that in the palm of our hands, literally. So we do call this a business in a bottle. And we're just going to cover through here the packs and how you can join up and get started. Excuse me. So the wholesale kits, these kits are exclusive to Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. So basically, it gives you the ability to get 50% discount on Vitify products and participate in the Simplify Rewards compensation plan. The first kit is the Kit 250. Why we call it the Kit 250 is, we call it a personal pack, because it gives you really just enough bottles for personal use. It doesn't really give you a lot to share. You can see there it gives you 5 curcumin plus and 4 nanophi. So, by the time you take 1 or 2 of those or share it with your mum or dad, you really don't have a lot. But it is a great option to start. It does give the opportunity to get involved in the business. For the person that, say, has referred you to the business, they get a $60 commission based on that. And it has a recommended retail of $500. The next one, we call it the Kit PV 500, which is a business kit. This is a New Zealand only kit we're showing you here. Australia has one that's just slightly different. And the reason for that is due to customs pricing and GST and tax and so forth, that keeps it under that particular threshold of 1,000 New Zealand dollars. This kit, you get 9 Nanofy and 9 Curcumin Plus. And for the enroller, they get $120 US commission. So you can see there that it starts to become quite appealing, and you get a recommended retail of around $990 US, which is amazing. The one I was talking about here with the Australia and in Europe, this gives you a little bit more in terms of quantity. You see there 11 Nanofy and 11 Curcumin Plus. It is $699 excuse me, US. With the enroller, they get $120 US commission. So basically, why is this one a little bit more? Clearly, you got more bottles, and also it gives you what's called an active qualification of 2 months, which is actually in there, as well as the international shipping. This one here is we call it the Business Pro, so 1250 PV kit. This is where you get super serious, 24 Nanofy, 24 Curcumin Plus. We call this, definitely a Business Pro, because it gives you plenty to take for yourself, share. If you wanted to retail it out to friends, families, business colleagues, or whatever, you've got plenty of stock there. This one really is more for Europe and Australia. Once we're open here in New Zealand, this kit will be reinstated, and we'll share some good news on New Zealand very soon. We're in the matter of weeks before we start to open here. So very healthy commission, 250 US commission paid to the referrer. Recommended retail there of over $2,600. But as a whole, when you get involved, you get yourself your own shop link where people can, once we're open, people will be able to purchase from that shop link, and you can get people to enroll through your shop link. So that's great. You don't need to really do anything there. It is low cost, high impact. The one thing that we all love, especially from my perspective, is that it is a science-backed product. It's not built on hype, folks. It's science-backed. So we've got all that data. If you are super interested in looking at science, we've got tons of it for you. It is an exclusive pre-launch market positioning. When we think about that, we think, if I've got a product like this and I'm being compensated really well, I would rather be in first, right, than join this in a year's time. Because this business in September alone grew 40%, which is staggering. We call this, grow it exponentially from anywhere. We call it for us, it's a laptop lifestyle. And you can have an immediate start and support, and you can pretty much get paid within the week, right? Once you start getting involved. Commissions, support, and legacy. Okay, so a 30-day success plan. This is the key thing for this business. And it's basically here we're going to show Denise's model here of how she got involved in the business. She bought herself the Kit 500, and you're looking to see if you can refer and have 3 others within a 30-day period with their kits get involved with you. And with that, you get obviously the associated commissions. In this case, her friends bought a Kit 250, a Kit 500, and one was really, really, really keen to get involved and get serious. They got a Kit 1250. So her initial investment was $699 US. That gave her the over $1,200 US of product to share and sell. And in enrolling those 3 people in 30 days, she was able to, you can see in her e-wallet there, $848 US paid back to her, which is pretty remarkable, especially when you get involved in any kind of business, to be able to get commissions and money into your wallet very, very, very quickly. So, considering what she was able to get back and the sort of $1,200 of product to sell, that gave her over $2,000 that she could make, which from an investment perspective, that gave her about $1,359 in profit, which is pretty remarkable. When we get involved in any kind of business, especially, even one of these, it's resources and support that is key. And we offer that quite well and very, very professionally. We have this, which is Vita Wellness Global, which is a page that's designed to pique interest. It is a public group. So if you've got, it's not about you knowing everything. We've got all the resources to support you sharing the right kind of information. We have the Vita Wellness Global Hub, which is an outstanding page that we have supplied for you, which offers support, resources, training, and education. So really, it's just a plug in and share system, and it's doing remarkably well. And we will get a couple of very, very quick testimonials in that. Now, in terms of getting involved in that, you get into the guides section. You can see here where you can find what you need to find very, very quickly. When somebody joins, please make sure that they put your name, so the person that's invited you, so that they can get involved into the group very, very quickly, and we can help them answer questions. And it's a pretty simple page to use. You go to the guide section, and in there you'll be able to find pretty much anything in relation to the business in itself, how to get started, everything from product info, testimonials, and so forth. Okay, Mondays, in terms of support, we have Monday Motivation. We have a Q&A that we do, or Rebecca, Jess, and I did this morning at 11:30, where we answer people's questions and give you all the relevant updates. We obviously have this Monday night call, which we do for you on a regular basis to help you bring in new people. They can obviously see the presentation and ask all relevant questions. So lastly, before we answer some of those questions, we just would really extend this invitation to join us, join this wonderful community, experience this incredible product, and the opportunity to help your finances as well. So, okay, we're just going to stop the share, and we're just going to go through any questions. You feel happy to unmute. I do see a whole bunch in the chat, so let's have a look at that.
While we're just getting some questions up, I just want to share with Denise, Denise being my mum, I pulled her out of retirement to help me champion this product and move as much as we could super fast. And so in September, between her and her team of friends who have now become family, I would say, hundreds and hundreds of them, they moved over $100,000 worth of USD wholesale product in a month. It's unbelievable, so touching, and so many people's lives being changed because of the efforts of now so many of us, but more and more coming on board every day. So it's a super rewarding lifestyle. Maybe could you just share for a couple of minutes, if you can, just what your experience has been, just from the business perspective?
Yeah, from the business perspective, I wasn't looking for a business. So obviously I was interested in the product first, and the technology really, really impressed me. And not being a scientist or anything, I did understand it was presented so beautifully. I understood the potential of that, and I was really keen to share and also use it myself. And that was one of the things, I think, get to trial it yourself as well. But also I looked at the business side of it, and I had been in another networking marketing business for years and years that I did really well in, but it was tapering right off, and I didn't worry about it anyway because I was just enjoying being retired. But I did look at the plan for this, and it's absolutely the best plan I have ever seen. And you're basically rewarded for sharing the product, helping people get well, and helping others to come and join you with a little team of 3 is all I started with, as you saw in the thing. And within a couple of weeks, I had my money back. I was teaching them to get their 3 and share. And out of that, we've got so many people ranking up the ladder. But it's not about getting up the ladder and ranking up so you can say, oh, I'm a diamond or I'm an elite or something like that. The pride comes in knowing how many not only you have helped, but helping others to share it as well. You know, that's what I get out of it. And the great thing about the money is that you can travel to see your family more, you can go on more holidays. Rebecca and I are in different countries, so it's just lovely. I can pop on a plane now anytime I want without having to think, how much is the fare, how much am I going to spend? So just beautiful family things. And I was talking to Rebecca about getting up. She wants me to get up to the next level and then the level. And I said, well, I've probably got to live to be 120 now. So she said, that's okay too. So it's a beautiful, there's a legacy business. So as you can see, there's me, there's my daughter and my son-in-law and my granddaughter, and her little daughter who's 3, she'll be roped in as well, don't worry. But, you know, beautiful family business. And the rewards have been for me personally that I can help other people. I can give product to people who really need it. I can buy a pack for somebody that I know really needs and will do a good job sharing. So it's just the rewards are just more than the money. They're just enormous. And I really feel like I'm on a mission. I've got a mission now. I haven't quite finished yet. You know, I've still got a lot more to do. So I'm just finding it great. And I'm just sharing, saying to people, have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Just have some fun with it too. And, you know, bring everyone into our family.
Amazing. And I think what you've said to me is too, that the more you earn, the more you have to give. And Denise has been doing that, you know, consistently over the last 6 months, is giving out product, buying packs for people that can't afford them, helping to give. And just to let you know, so when we talk about the retail cost of a product, the company gives 50% of that retail back to the distributor. So you basically, there is a 50% markup retail, but also 50% of the wholesale product comes back to the distributors as well. So you know, in Denise's case, reaching that rank of diamond in September, that equates to, you know, just the journey to get through the ranks to diamond is about $30,000 Australian to achieve that. And then it's about $10,000 a month USD. So there's just so much, because you move that amount of stock, there's that much commission available to start to put into maybe other projects, to do other things that are really close to your heart. We've been talking to some people lately who have the ability to go to Fiji with a building product and start building schools in Fiji. So we're super keen to kind of start to get involved in that project. And, you know, over here in New Zealand, helping people who might be on disability get their hands on the product with the help of, you know, certain groups. So there's just a lot we can do. It's more than, you know, it's more than a money-making business, but the money that we are making is really being put to good use, which I love. It makes me feel great. Okay, so can I get just one bottle to try? Yes, you can probably, if the person who invited you here has some stock, which is pretty rare because it comes in and goes out, you can buy a bottle from your, you know, your friend who's referred you. And when you're there, you get people get their triads in, there is further benefit. Oh, sorry, is that the same question?
Yeah, it's from Michael.
Hang on, means that when you're 3 people get their triads in, there is a further benefit to the original seller. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually unlimited levels. So it's infinite. So if you're interested in the compensation plan, we've got a recorded video of that on our YouTube channel, which is Vita Wellness Global on YouTube. We've got all of our comp plan trainings there. We've got recorded presentations from Monday nights. If you couldn't invite somebody tonight or wished that you had, just go back and get a recording.
Yeah, there's actually 12 ways you can get paid, which is amazing.
It's very generous.
I just wanted to go back. There was a few questions about blood thinners, and one thing, thank you everybody, Louise and Jennifer and so forth for helping answer. But I just want to give you a first-hand account, not from myself, but my mother, who I was talking about before. She's been on blood thinners for over 30 years as well. not the nice kind. I asked definitely the doctor that we have associated with the company what his thoughts were, because most people are maybe aware that curcumin is a natural blood thinner, and what is definitely recommended is like when I gave it to my mum, I said, right, take a small dose to begin with, but keep checking with your doctor, keep checking your levels to make sure that that can be adjusted when necessary. So what's been great for her is that her levels have dropped pretty much every time she's gone to see the doctor on a 2 to 3 weekly basis, which I'm over the moon about as well. So all we would just say is, yes, please just keep checking with your doctor as you're taking the curcumin to maintain where your INR levels are and so forth.
Yeah, and just to as a comparison, so in 10 drops of Nanofy, there's 33 milligrams of curcumin. Whereas normally, if you were taking a curcumin supplement, you'd be upwards of 500 to 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams. So 10 drops of this is equivalent to, what is it, like 9 pounds of turmeric or something, or 32 capsules of curcumin. So you're getting a packs punch in a very small amount, and because it's nanofied, gets straight into the blood, there's not enough in there to be a threat to other things, generally speaking. So that's a really good sign, which means that often people are taking this while they're on medication, and we've known plenty of people be able to start reducing their medication because they're on the drops, and not the other way around. Not like, I can't take the drops because I'm on medication. It's actually helping the body to, rebalance itself.
Amazing.
Great. Any other
Everyone's
questions?
answered the questions pretty much.
Awesome.
It's
Thanks, team.
fantastic.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
So anyone got any questions before we finish up? Just, we are in pre-launch for a couple of weeks more. And what that means is the advantage is there to get in, get trained up, get your hands on some product, be in kind of a great position when we open our doors here, because we'll all go out and get hundreds of customers each. And you want to be in a position where you could benefit from that, and also be set up with your own shop front where people can actually purchase the product. So that, what we call that sort of first mover advantage, is not going to last very much longer. So has anyone got any final questions about
There's some here.
presentation? Yeah, check with the doctor for sure. Yeah, we've got a designated doctor on staff too that we can email with any medical questions and get very quick response from that. And we're getting lots of naturopaths on, lots of alternative practitioners, a couple of doctors now on board. So as people start hearing about this more and more, we are getting all kinds of validation from the profession, but often it's the personal stories, the testimonies that are super powerful as well. So any last business questions?
Yes, and interested in more of the scientific information. And if you're not in the Telegram group, which is completely designated for science, and there's a ton of where is Anne?
Can't see. We've got a couple of pages of people. It's a great turnout, but we can't see everybody at the same time. So and please just write who invited you along tonight. We can make sure that you're in the Vita Wellness Hub, and also that you get on the Telegram group, which is a science library. It's got all the science, all the studies, the patents, safety data, the different studies that have been done. Great. Yep, that's the medical questions email there.
Wonderful. I think Anne might be with you, Louise. Am I right?
No.
Maybe no. Okay,
Sure.
that's okay. All right. Cognitive
Yes.
issues, memory.
Cognitive issues, yes.
Yes.
Um,
It's been
I'm with Pamela.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely get you all the science. No problem at all.
Thank you.
There's some good stuff to read through too, like very, very inspiring. So we just on the
I want to be sure of the safety of the polysorbates. Thank you. Yeah.
we've got a
lots of
62-page safety report on the polysorbate being a natural source, and also that it is well, I've got it. I'll just forward it to you. I'll forward it to Pamela, and then she can forward it to you. I'll do that right now. But just on the cognitive, somebody mentions about cognitive issues. We recently had a testimony with a young boy, 5-year-old boy on the autism spectrum with speech and learning difficulties, whose mum's making gummy bears with the drops and natural gelatin, and they're seeing really great improvements in his kindy. So that's it's just lovely. It's really lovely. I'm just going to forward that to you, Pamela.
Wonderful. Any final ones, folks, before we let you all go on your Monday night? I do really want to say thank you for giving us your time, because appreciate how valuable it is. But Telegram group, yeah. Pamela, if you're still here, I think.
I'm just sending you that, Pamela, right now, so you can forward that on. Pamela Kappa.
What have we got? We've got
Telegram group as well. Who wants that one?
Michael. So, Linda, you have Michael's details so you can forward the Telegram group to him? You do? Okay, cool. Perfect. Awesome.
I'll send you that now, Lynn, and you can forward that straight on.
Cool.
The benefit of having social media groups is just that everything's so fast. We can all put our hands on things very quickly and share rapidly, which makes it a dream to build. Very easy to duplicate and easy to scale. So, oh, there's Terry. Hey, Terry. Good to see you there. Nice to see you. Send the Telegram group here. Okay, I'll see if
Cool.
I'm going to have to copy it and paste it.
Right.
All right. I'll just put that in the chat really quickly.
While she's doing that real quick, just make sure if you not in our Vida Wellness Global Hub Facebook group, please get the person that invited you to send you the link to that, because again, there's a ton of wonderful information there that you can access. You need to ask us any questions. We've got, we'll do our best to answer them. We've got a great community of very experienced people here now that have been with us on this wonderful journey that will sort of kind of wade in and help, pretty much like what they've done tonight, which is great. They've answered all the questions very, very well. So thank you.
Yeah, it's coming. Sorry, I've got a few things here to scroll through. Yeah, maybe.
Sandy.
I'm just copying that
Okay.
link here, and I can't get it into there. So I'm going to have to send it to myself, and then.
Awesome.
All right, I'm just going to put that Telegram.
Thank you, Michael. Terry, did you want to ask a question, or you?
Just gonna grab that
Oh.
here. Sorry.
I just wanted to say that I think there's a couple of my friends on tonight, Shirley Meredith and Tama Joseph.
I did. Pretty sure I saw Tama's name from right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they still may be on now.
There's Shirley's on. Yeah, I think she might have just disappeared when I know there she is.
I really enjoyed the presentation. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming. And we do this every single Monday night at the same time, 8 p.m. New Zealand, 6 p.m. Melbourne, Sydney, and now 5 p.m. in Queensland. But please invite friends and family along. Send them here. We do all the talking for you. So much so we get sick of hearing each other. But, we're so passionate about sharing. So I just put that Telegram group in the chat too. So that is an invite-only Telegram group, and it's just all the science. So
Tons of it.
and in our hub, of course, we have a whole lot more science as well. Terry? Yeah.
Can I just say very quickly that on the polysorbate, that Dr. Jeremy Thornton said it's 0.005%, which is there's more polysorbate in one scoop of ice cream than in 30 days of the drops.
One
Just
bite.
very-
Yeah.
Is interesting.
I've got a huge, long safety document on that. So I've just put, actually, I could probably copy that in the chat as well. Let me do that so everybody can have it. Let me just grab that out. Who did I just send that to? Pamela. All right, I'm just going to copy this in the chat. If anyone else is interested in that document, But this is, of course, all in our hub. So everything that we ever access is all available in the hub. So we never have anything that's not easily accessible for everybody. So, not working. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's quite a long one. But
You're welcome to just maybe copy that if you want, but I would just recommend just go into the,
didn't work.
no, it
Sorry.
didn't work. It's probably way too long. Oh,
Yep,
oh,
there
there
it
it
is.
is. Okay.
Okay, got it. Oh, I did copy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did it twice. It's a long day.
Fantastic.
All right, great. Any other questions?
Oh, Terry again.
Sorry, it's just a quick question. Can, excuse my ignorance around technology, but can anyone anywhere in the world tune into this Zoom call?
Sure. Yep, 100%. If they can fit in the timing, the time zone. And as I said, we do record most of our sessions and they're all on our YouTube channel anyway. So if you wanted to record, send somebody a recorded version, like a short one, a half-hour one or something like that, we've got that on our YouTube channel as well. But also, if we do have people in Amsterdam doing calls, in the United States doing calls like similar to this as well. So if you've got people in other parts of the world that you'd love to be exposed to this, then let us know and we can let you know what times those calls are on.
Okay, great, thank you.
Excellent.
Oh,
So many
guys,
people still stayed on, but we
we have another question?
Emma, did you want to ask a question or are you waving goodbye?
Waving.
Oh, wait.
No waving. Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank
Well,
you, everybody.
It's been wonderful sharing time and please just, do everything we've said.
Thank
Grab
you.
some stock, grab some bottles. Thanks, Sue.
Thanks,
And
Sue.
bring
Bye-bye.
people along. Just share this. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. All right. Love to you all.
Thanks.
you.
Thank
Thank
you very much.
Bye.
Bye then.
Okay.